Hi, this is Jordan from the quality team. Just doing a brief video on the new scheme of learning for the next academic year. Just giving you a bit of an overview as to what changes have been made to the scheme of learning for the upcoming year, what the current focuses will be in relation to teaching, learning and assessment, and ensuring that planning is effective for next academic year. So as you can see at the top there, nothing really much has changed in relation to the overview of it. So who's teaching the program, what is the actual qualification, the particular area that it's in as well, and the classrooms and campus, etc. So the curriculum intent, we'll have seen this throughout many a scheme of learning that we've had over the years, but this time it's going to be slightly different in relation to we spoke about it being a generalized curriculum and content for the whole department for level 1 to level 3. It was kind of very similar throughout. But what it might be is that the focus of development might be slightly different in relation to the level that a learner's on. So for example, level 1, it might be that element of developing the social interaction, being able to familiarize themselves with different assessment activities, the integration of learning, the support and development in relation to behavior in a classroom and within those professional settings. Whereas it might move towards the level 3 aspects of it being around the academic rigor. It might be that element of ensuring that they're getting the necessary skills in order to be effective within higher education qualifications, so helping them and supporting them onto that next phase. So generally, the curriculum intent should also just be, again, that general overview, but you might want to tweak it slightly. So it might be the intent for the level 1 program or level 2 or level 3, but generally the overarching aspect of the curriculum intent and the purpose of it will be to ensure that learners either progress on to further or higher education, move into an apprenticeship, or move into employment as well. So the general overview for that particular department area will be very similar, but again, we're just making sure that there might be a bit more focus on a particular aspect depending on the level that a learner's doing. Also, we need to take into consideration like the influence to the curriculum as well. So who is influencing why we're delivering these qualifications, whether it's professional standards, whether it's local employers, whether it's local market needs, intelligence that has actually told us of which information that we need learners to be aware of to give them the necessary knowledge, skills and behaviours ready for their movement into the workplace. So the next aspect of it, which is new, is the starting point and group context. So again, the advice is always within that first 6 weeks that we are looking at ensuring that we are doing lots of formative assessments, clearly understanding where those learner starting points are in order to personalize that learning in a way that we can really show that progress that's been made since they've started with us at RNN Group. Okay, so again, other aspects that you might want to take into consideration when you're doing this is the learner scorecard, which as you'll be aware has been brought in this academic year, ready for this one coming. Other aspects that you might want to think about as well is 3-year plans, the integration of English, maths and digital skills from them starting points. Might be other things that you want to take into consideration, such as confidence and learners' behaviours throughout, so that ultimately within that 6 weeks you'll be able to fully answer where those learners are at from there. But again, that's just a general overview. We're not expecting that you to put every single learner and what aspect it is. It's your general overview of that group. So then you're looking at your inclusion strategies again, which is new. So making sure that we're taking trauma-informed practice, and we're really supporting the development of resilience for all as learners on programme. But ultimately what we need to take into consideration is what techniques are we going to use in order to support the teaching and learning that incorporates trauma-informed and resilience practice in there. So as you can see, some of the stuff that we've mentioned in what excellent TLA looks like, so the thing about tutor modelling, recaps and recalls, assessment that takes place throughout, but your really detailed theorist elements to this is things like modelling, chunking, adaptive questioning, the adding and removal of scaffolding as well. So it's kind of, again, that general overview of what you're going to do for that particular unit or content that you're delivering, how you're going to ensure that that can take place, that all and every single learner can access this and can develop and move forward. So the last box on that particular section is key learning and assessment milestones. Again, this is not just a case of adding in the handout and hand-in days for your assignments for that particular unit or topic. It's really thinking about key purposes and dates of when you're going to complete formative assessments with your learners, so you can evidence the progress that is being made throughout that particular unit, particular program, and overall for the course that they are on. So it's just taking into consideration when you're going to put in timely formative assessment activities in place so that learners can show and evidence the progress being made. So this is new, the headings at the top, as you can clearly see. So what we've gone for is the when, what, why, how, and how model. Little bit different to what we've had over the previous years. As you can see with the first what box, as you can see, learning focus and 3 key things. We're trying to move towards a focus of, within a session of 90 minutes, what is the 3 things that learners need to know, be able to do? And within that as well is also identify activities of what they can do more of, but not more of the same, but more challenging work, so that will support that resilience development as well, that positive mindset. So thinking about 3 key things that you need to make sure for that session you're particularly delivering. What are the 3 things that I need my learners to be able to know? What behaviors do I need to see, or what knowledge is it that I need to know as well? But like I said, you might have it where it's all 3. So you might have one in knowledge, one in skills, one in behaviors. It might be a session that is just 3 knowledge-based aspects. It might be that you've got 1 behavior, 2 skills that you're expecting to see as well. But generally, it's what are the 3 main things that you need learners to be able to know? So the why, this is why it matters. So what purpose are we doing this for? Again, the examples that we've got in place are wider than just the topic knowledge. It's the elements of future learning and employment. It's the ability to add in real life application of vocational knowledge and skills. How can we incorporate the sustainability aspects of it? How are we integrating English, maths, and digital skills within the development? So those are things that we need to be taking into consideration. You've then got the how, so what approaches, so they're going to be your teaching methods and your styles. Again, there's a full list of examples in there. So such as, like we've already mentioned, dual coding, chunking of information, the scaffolding, the ensuring that recaps take place, the incorporation of formative assessment throughout. How can we use digital tools to support that? And then we've got the how again. So learning is checked. And that's the key one for me, is how we are checking that learning is taking place, and what is it that learners do know, and what is it that learners need additional guidance in relation to their knowledge, skills, and behaviors. So there's an example one in here. Okay, so what we've done there is, it's got point 1, so health and safety fundamentals, which predominantly for probably the first week of a lot of the sessions within the college will be around health and safety fundamentals, especially in the areas of construction and engineering, to making sure that they're safe within those work bays and work settings. And again, the key thing that we want to make sure learners identify hazards and risks within the workshop environment, apply safety workplace practices, and explain how health and safety procedures protect them from themselves. So you've got them real 3 things, exactly those 3 things that learners need to know. Again, the example of it, so safe working is essential for workshops, participation, industry expectations, and legal compliance. Again, what we've got is we've got a list of the activities that the tutor is going to do in order to make sure that learners engage with the session. And then what we've got at the far right column is the element of how we're going to assess. So whether it's observation, whether it's questioning, whether it's learner reflection as well. So there's a lot of opportunity in there to ensure that formative assessment's taking place, so I know where my learners are at, or your learners are at, when you're completing the session. So that is the new documentation. Okay, if you are needing any additional support and guidance, we are more than happy to help and support. You can contact either a member of the quality team directly, or you can contact them through quality improvement email, which you can also access. Whether you're wanting some individual support and just for us to have a bit of a scan through as a one-to-one check, whether you're wanting a full detailed session, or if managers are wanting us just to come in and have that discussion in relation to what it could look like, just to support those first few weeks, please let the quality team know and we will try and help you out as best we can. So well done.